You should be grateful, Aria. My son chose you, a poor village girl with nothing to your name. Now, you think you can just walk out with a suitcase, thinking you can change everything here. No, this house was never meant for someone like you.
I never meant to disrespect you. I wanted to prove I could be more than just a poor girl. But if this is what you think of me, maybe I need to leave. Maybe I need to find my own way.
Leave then, pack your things and go. This house has no place for someone like you anymore. We have a real wife here now, someone who knows her worth. There's no space for someone like you.
Aria carried her small bag and walked away from the compound she had served for 6 years. Her husband had just married another woman, Elaine. His mother had just thrown her clothes into the dirt. The whole village had just watched her disgrace. She didn't scream. She didn't beg. She didn't even cry. She just walked. Nobody stopped her. Nobody ran after her. But here is what none of them saw. Outside the village gate, parked quietly on the red dust road, where no one was watching, sat a car. Long, black, expensive, kind of car that does not belong in a village like this. Who does that car belong to? What is it doing here? And why did it arrive the same day Aria was thrown out? Stay with me, because this story will shock you. The morning started like every other morning in the village of Nwaba. Roosters crowing, women sweeping, children running, the smell of firewood and palm oil rising from every compound. But by the time the sun reached the middle of the sky, something had changed. Something that would be talked about for years. It started with a wrapper. Aria's best wrapper, the blue and gold one she had saved 3 months of market money to buy, came flying out of the front door of Elias's compound. It landed in the dirt. Then came her blouse, her shoes, her small wooden box of belongings, one by one, thrown out like they were garbage, like the woman who owned them was garbage. Margot's mother. Pack your things and go. This compound has a real wife now. The neighbors heard. They came outside. Women stood by their fences. Men paused on their way to the farm. Children stopped playing and watched with wide, confused eyes. Aria stood in the middle of the compound. She did not shout back. She did not cry. She bent down slowly, picked up her wrapper from the dirt, folded it carefully, and placed it inside her bag. Her hands were steady. Her face was calm. But if you looked closely, you would have seen her jaw tighten just once, just for a second, the only sign that she was human. Elias stood by the window. He watched his wife of 6 years pack her things from the dirt. He said nothing. He did nothing. Beside him stood Leela, 25 years old, bright, fresh hair, proud smile. She had moved in as Elias's second wife 2 months ago. Now she stood beside him like she had always belonged there, like Aria had never existed. She should have left a long time ago. Elias said nothing, but he did not disagree. Lulu, Aria, don't do this, fight back, say something. You cannot just leave quietly. Aria, smiling softly, let me go, Lulu. Lulu, but where will you go? You have nobody here. I have everything I need. She picked up her small bag. She straightened her back. She walked toward the compound gate, past the whispering women, past the staring children, past the man who had once promised to love her. Elias didn't call her name. Not once. At the gate, Aria stopped. She reached into her pocket, pulled out her phone, and dialed a number she had not dialed in a very long time. Aria, Papa, I'm ready. Then she walked out. And nobody understood what those words meant. Not yet. What Elias didn't know was that Aria had made one phone call before she left, just one, to a number she had kept hidden for 6 years. The number that would change everything. 6 years ago, Aria walked into the village of Nwaba with nothing but a small bag and a heart full of love. She was 22 years old. Beautiful, educated, soft-spoken. The kind of woman who made people pause and look twice. Not because of her clothes, which were simple, but because of something in her eyes, a quiet intelligence. A deep stillness, like she knew something you didn't. Nobody asked questions. She was Elias's wife. That was enough. Elias was different then. In the beginning, he was kind. He called her Neem. My mother, my heart. The way men call the women they truly love. He held her hand at the market. He defended her when his mother complained. Elias, as long as I am here, nobody will touch you. Aria believed him. She had left everything to be with him, her real life. Her real world, all of it left behind, because she wanted to know one thing. Aria, would he love me for me? Not for my father's name, not for his money, just for me? For 2 years, the answer seemed to be yes. Then Mama Margot moved in. It started small. Margot's mother, Aria, why is this soup watery? Margot's mother, Aria, a good wife wakes before her husband, mother. Margot's mother, Aria, your mates have 3 children already. What is wrong with you? Elias said nothing. He was busy. He was tired. He had his mother's voice in one ear every single day, and slowly, like water wearing down stone, it worked. By the 3rd year, Elias stopped calling her Nikum. By the 4th year, he stopped eating her food if his mother complained first. By the 5th year, he raised his voice at her in front of visitors and felt no shame. Aria woke every morning at 4 a.m. She fetched water before the sun rose. She swept the compound. She cooked breakfast, lunch, and dinner. She farmed. She went to the market and sold vegetables 3 days a week. Every kobo she made, she handed to Elias without being asked. He collected it without saying thank you. She never complained. She never fought back. She never called her father, not once, because she was still waiting, still hoping, still believing that the man she had loved at the beginning was still somewhere inside this cold, hollow stranger. He wasn't. Lulu, Aria, you speak too well for a village market woman. Aria laughed softly. Aria, is speaking well a crime now? Lulu, where did you go to school? And your family? You never talk about them. Aria, you'll know soon enough. That was 3 months ago, and Lulu had been wondering ever since, because the woman Elias treated like a servant was not who any of them thought she was. And the life she had left behind, the life she had hidden so carefully, was about to find her. Leela did not walk into Elias's compound. She arrived, new wrapper, fresh perfume, head high, like a queen taking her throne, like the compound had been waiting for her all along. Margot's mother, my child, you are finally here. She had never once called Aria that. Within 2 weeks, the compound had changed. Leela ate first. She chose the best portions. She sat in the chair by the window, the chair Aria had bought with her own market money, and crossed her legs like she owned everything she could see. One morning, Aria came out wearing her best blue and gold wrapper, the one she saved 3 months. Leela looked at it, said nothing, smiled. The next day, Leela was wearing it. Aria said nothing. She simply found another wrapper, tied it quietly, and went to the market. She swallowed pain the way other women swallow water, easily, without fuss, without letting anyone see how deep it went. Mama Margot stopped pretending. Before Leela came, she had maintained a thin politeness in front of visitors. Now she didn't bother. Margot's mother, Leela cooked this soup. Can you taste the difference? This is what a real wife cooks. Aria would sit quietly and eat whatever was left. Elias would say nothing. His silence was the loudest cruelty of all. The village women talked. Most of them sided with Elias. They brought Leela gifts. They congratulated Mama Margot. They smiled at Aria with that particular smile, half pity, half contempt, somehow worse than an insult. Mary, the old groundnut seller, watched Aria pass one afternoon and said quietly to the woman, "Mary, that girl carries herself like somebody. You notice that? Even now, she carries herself like somebody." Other woman, "Somebody with nothing." Mary said nothing back, but she watched Aria until she disappeared around the corner, alone. "Lulu, Aria, fight back, shout, cry, do something. You are a human being, not a wall." Aria, "Lulu, a woman who knows what is coming does not waste energy on what is here." Aria, "It's almost time." Elder Simon passed the compound gate that same evening. He slowed down, looked in, watched Aria for a long moment, her straight back, her steady hands, her unbothered face. He shook his head slowly and walked on. The day Mama Margot finally pointed to the gate and told Aria to leave, Leela laughed so hard she had to hold the wall. "Leela, go back to your poor family. Nobody here wants you." If only she knew who was already on the way. Aria was awake before anyone else. She had not slept much, not because she was afraid, not because she was sad, but because she had been thinking carefully, quietly, the way she had always done everything in this compound. She sat on the edge of the bed she had shared with Elias for 6 years. She looked around the room slowly, the cracked wall she had patched with her own hands, the curtain she had sewn herself, the small photograph of her and Elias from their wedding day still hanging there. She stood up. She did not take the photograph. She packed one bag. Just one, small enough to carry on one shoulder. 2 wrappers, 1 blouse, her Bible, a small notebook. She left everything else. Her market money, her cooking pots, the curtains she had sewn. 6 years of herself behind without taking anything unnecessary. Because where she was going, she would need none of it. Mama Margot was standing in the courtyard. She expected tears, begging, a scene she could describe to the neighbors. "Thank you for everything, Mama. I wish you well." Leela was watching from the doorway, in the sun. The smile on her face flickered into something almost like confusion. "Take care of this home. Aria, I pray you find the happiness you are looking for." Outside, the compound gate was open. The whole street had gathered. Elder Simon stood at the edge of the crowd, watching with serious eyes. "Lulu, Aria, please, Elias. Where will you go? At least tell me." Aria, "Watch what happens tomorrow." She walked through the gate, did not look back except once. Just at the edge of the road, she paused, turned her head, looked at the compound one final time, and smiled. That strange, quiet, knowing smile. A car was parked in the shade of a neem tree, long, black, expensive. The driver stepped out immediately, opened the door, and Aria got in. The car drove away. And just like that, she was gone. That night, Elias and Leela celebrated. Mama Margot cooked. They laughed. Talked about the future. Believed they had won. 400 kilometers away, a convoy was already moving. Fast. It would arrive at Nwaba at exactly 10 o'clock the following morning. They heard it before they saw it. Deep, rolling sound, like distant thunder. Then the convoy came around the bend. 5 black SUVs, moving in a clean, tight line. Windows dark. Bodies gleaming in the morning sun. "Chief Obi, where is Elias?" Elias, "Sir, good morning, sir. How can I? Where is my daughter?" Chief Obi, "Zoe no Aria, my daughter. The woman who lived in this compound for 6 years. Where is she?" Elder Simon, "Chief, Aria left yesterday morning." Chief Obi dialed his phone. Aria, "Papa, I am here. I am finally home." Chief Obi, "I gave your wife to you 6 years ago because she asked me to. She wanted to see if a man would love her back. Not for my name, not for my money, just for her." Chief Obi, "I received her reports, every one of them, every insult, every humiliation. Every morning she woke at 4 a.m. to serve people who treated her like she was nothing. Elias's mouth was open. No words came out. Her return to Nwaba. She returned to her father's house. She slept well. She healed slowly. In time, she found someone who chose her anyway, simply because she was Aria. That was enough. And so Nwaba learned what Elias and his mother learned too late. Never look down on anyone. The person you treat like rubbish today might be the one with the power to change your life tomorrow. Aria's silence was not weakness. Her patience was not foolishness, love. It was dignity. Elias failed the test that would have changed everything. Some losses cannot be recovered. Some chances come only once. And the saddest people in this world are not those who suffered. They are those who had everything within reach and never knew it until it was gone.